I'm 23 right now, so I would be giving these to my 13-year-old self. In other words, 7th grade self. So, gotta say, I was a lot different 10 years ago, but heck, I think we all were. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Junior Mints podcast. This is episode 97. I am your host, Finn Lawler. On this episode, I will be giving some lessons to myself 10 years ago. So, I'm 23 right now, so I would be giving these to my 13-year-old self. In other words, 7th grade self. So, gotta say, I was a lot different 10 years ago, but heck, I think we all were. So, lesson number 1. And these are just basic lessons to anyone who needs to hear them. I just put the 10 years ago twist to make it fun. So, lesson number 1. Be kind to yourself. So, while there is the great thing of being kind to other people, you gotta remember, and I'm talking to whoever needs to hear this as well, you gotta remember to just be kind to yourself too. It can sometimes take a toll when you don't take your own, mental health or something into account. And when you're kind to yourself as well, it will really help your mental state. I know this from experience, so trust me on that one. Lesson number 2. Pursue your passions and interests. Stick with them. If you're passionate about being a professional musician, stick with it. If you're passionate about, let's say, being a photographer, stick with it. If you're passionate about being a fashion designer, for example, stick with it. And you'll be happy that you did. You'll be very glad that you did. Lesson number 3. Take care of yourself both mentally and physically. Physically, of course, exercise in any way you want. Your choice. We've been over this. Mentally as well. Something I like to do is meditate. I actually have gotten into a routine recently of meditating daily. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be for 30 minutes. It can be for maybe 10 minutes or 5 minutes. And it really helps. Just take care of yourself, because you only got one body. You gotta just take care of it. And you'll be happier and more at ease, is what I'm trying to say. Lesson number 4. From a personal preference and interest, I would suggest to take up a sport. Go join a basketball team, or go join a softball team, or whatever. Just go join a sport, because I joined a few sports teams, aka cross country and track, back in my, formative years of my education, and it was frankly one of the best decisions for my life. And that explains why that can explain why I'm so in love with working out and stuff like that. So just take up a sport if you want. It could be like a recreational sport. It could be a sport for your school or your, I don't know. Just take up a sport. It'll be fun. Lesson number 5. Stop worrying about what other people think. Guess what? It doesn't matter. Let me say that again. It doesn't matter. I know I sound harsh when I say that, but it's a harsh reality. Reality is what it is. Look, I'm going to put it very plainly. Who gives a shit? Pardon my French again, but just focus on you. Whoever needs to hear this, focus on yourself. Lesson number 6. Stay true to yourself. Follow your own core values, follow your own beliefs, and just stick by yourself. Sure, you can stick by a friend as well, but sticking by yourself is just as important or equally important. The light just the sun just went behind a cloud, which explained why it got darker just now. So, lesson number 7: let go of things that are not useful to you, whether it's like people you know or like actual objects. Just if they're not, or like negativity, for example, do your best with that one. But that's a difficult one. But let go of, just forget about things that aren't gonna benefit you. Just like, they have served their purpose, and just you don't need to keep those things in your life. And last lesson, but certainly not the least lesson. I tried. That sounded better in my head, but anyway, surround yourself with people who raise you up. So I think it would be better to have fewer friends that you're very close with rather than a lot of friends who you just kind of meh. The connections with closer friends much greater. So feel free to use those lessons as you wish. Yeah, those are the lessons that I would give to myself 10 years ago. So anyway, this has been the Junior Mints Podcast, episode 97. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, subscribe down below. I have been your host, Finn Lawler, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.